my last election.
Basically, yeah.
After my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I transmit this information to Vladimir and stand with me.
You may remember that hot mic moment for President Obama back in March, which raised concerns about the relationship between Russia and the U.S. Now, just one day before Vladimir Putin is inaugurated for a third term as president of Russia, thousands are protesting against the controversial leader. Fox News contributor Frank Luntz is in Moscow. He joins us now live by phone. And Frank, you said things have been flaring up. What's the latest?
Well, it was a very peaceful march. They estimate about 40,000 people were in it. I was fortunate enough to be attending with Garry Kasparov, the great chess champion, and a number of the organizers of the march to simply film it and see what happened. And it got out of control about 90 minutes ago. The police surrounded them and charged, and there was mustard gas, and they now estimate several dozen people were injured, some pretty badly. And it looks like the arrests are in the 200-300 level. And it was supposed to be a simple, peaceful demonstration to send a message to President Putin just before he is inaugurated. And the police and the military there, which numbered in the thousands, decided that they would get out of control. And some very decent, innocent people were very badly hurt really moments ago.
I want to ask you, because back in March when the presidential election was held, 63% voted for Putin. If you believe that this was a legitimate and fairly done election, if that's the case, why is there so much pushback against him? Do you think the election was flawed in any way, or do you think that those who did not vote for Putin are just especially active and responsive right now?
No, anybody who was here would have said that it wasn't an honest election, and that you have to be very afraid to say it. I will be leaving the country. I don't want to tell you when, because I do want to get out of here shortly. And people here are afraid, and they're afraid because the government that we remember of the Soviet Union in the 1970s and 80s appears to be back now in 2012. We assumed that it would not happen, and apparently it has. And what's different about this protest is that they were young and old people. They were upper middle class. There's some very well-dressed people, and there were some kids there. And it's not your Occupy Wall Street protest. These people were respectful. I even saw a few people talking to the police before they turned on them. And it's just frightening to think that it was almost as though they wanted to have this confrontation. They wanted to send a message 24 hours before Putin comes back into office that dissension and disagreement is not going to be allowed. But they certainly did not have to do it violently. They certainly did not have to attack, and having arrested as many people as they did, there's no justification for that whatsoever. Not from what I saw. I marched through the entire parade, and there was a gentleness, and there was singing, and there were chants. A couple of pictures, a couple of posters might have been out of control or just a little bit too strong, but these were docile people, and they were attacked unfairly.
All right, Frank Luntz, live from Moscow. Thank you for the first-hand account, and safe travels back home to you, Frank.
Thank you. You got it.